After playing Conan the Barbarian and Destroyer and the Terminator, Schwarzenegger went on to do this little film, which is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. Prepare yourselves, because here's my review of Commando. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome again to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 1985 action flick Commando, released by Fox, directed by Mark L. Lester, and produced by Joel Silver, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger in the lead role, along with Rae Dawn Chong, Vernon Wells, Bill Duke, Dan Hedaya, and young Alyssa Milano. The musical score was composed by James Horner, who had recently worked on some of Schwarzenegger's previous films before this, like The Terminator and lots of others. The film was released on this day, August 4th, 1985. Henceforth, today is the film's 40th anniversary. It was a big hit at the box office and it received praise for the action sequences and its humor, and got nominated for a Saturn Award. I'll get to that later, though. But for now, let's get into the story. In upstate California, John Matrix, a former U.S. Army Special Forces colonel, is informed by his former superior, Major General Franklin Kirby, that unknown mercenaries have killed all the other members of his former unit. The assassins attack Matrix's secluded mountain home and kidnap his young daughter Jenny. While trying to intercept them, Matrix is tranquilized and abducted by the mercenaries. Led by Bennett, an ex-member of Matrix's team discharged for excessive violence, Bennett had faked his death and is now working with the mercenaries as revenge against Matrix. Matrix is taken before their commander, Arias, a former South American dictator whom Matrix removed from power. Arias blackmails Matrix into carrying out a political assassination in his home country of Valverde, where he wishes to lead a military coup. With Jane's life on the line, Matrix seemingly agrees to fulfill the demand. After boarding a flight to Valverde, Matrix kills his guard, Enrique, and jumps off the plane just as it is taking off. Knowing that Arias will kill Jenny regardless of whether or not he does the job, and approximately 11 hours before the plane is scheduled to land, Matrix sets out of Arias' henchman Sully. Matrix enlists the aid of an off-duty flight attendant named Cindy, whom he saw Sully harass, and instructs her to follow Sully to a shopping mall. Cindy initially assumes that Matrix is a madman, but after seeing Sully pull a gun on Matrix in the ensuing showdown, she decides to assist him in his endeavor. After a lengthy car chase, Matrix catches up with Sully and drops him off a cliff to his death. After taking a motel key from Sully's jacket, Matrix goes to the motel where Cook, a former Green Beret and Iris' employee, is staying. The two fight until Matrix impales Cook on a table leg. He then interrogates Cook on Jane's whereabouts, but Cook dies before he can answer. Now I'm going to the final act and the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You've got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. As I count down now, if you've seen this movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. With evidence discovered in Cook's car, Matrix and Sandy break into a nearby warehouse owned by Arias that supplies weapons for his army. They learn where Jenny is being held after tracing Arias' island, which is San Nicolas Island, the base, which is his base, using a coastal region map. Matrix breaks into a surplus store to equip himself with military weaponry. but is arrested by the police. Cindy helps him escape, and after commandeering a seaplane from a nearby area's controlled marina, Matrix and Cindy land the plane off the coast of Arius' island hideout. Matrix instructs Cindy to contact General Kirby and then proceeds to Arius' villa, killing Arius' entire army. Arius emerges and engages Matrix in a gunfight until Matrix kills Arius. Jane escapes to the villa's basement but is eventually recaptured by Bennett. Matrix tracks him down, and after a lengthy showdown, Matrix finally kills Bennett by impaling him with a steam pipe. And in the end, Kirby arrives with a military detachment and asks Matrix to rejoin the unit, but Matrix declines and departs the island aboard the seaplane with Jane and Cindy. End of story. So, what did I think of Commando? Now, I've seen this a few times, and this film's a pretty good film. This, of course, made my ranking of my favorite Schwarzenegger films. And I've got to say, it is easily one of his main greats. I absolutely love this movie. This movie's so awesome. The film was a big success, going on to make a 57 million on its $92 million budget. It got good reviews. Currently, Rotten Tomatoes has a score of 68, saying it's the ultimate A. Schwarzenegger movie, replete with a threadbare plot, outsized action, and endless one-liners. Metacritic has a score of 51. The New York Times wrote that two-thirds of this 90-minute film is mayhem, unrelieved by humor and untouched by humanity, and suggested that if sequels were to be made, more clever writers and subtler directors will have to be found. Even a cinematic comic book needs more artful care than this one was given. Well, that's understandable. Variety wrote, while it's not in the class of Schwarzenegger's last hit, which was The Terminator, the film is actually superior to Rambo First Blood Part 2, which was released the same year. Because of its deft mixture of humor and action, with most of the action brushed with humor and its deliberate evasion of any political message. The LA Times wrote, full of spectacular stunts and shootouts, it's a gory crowd pleaser, directed with jolting efficiency by low-budgeted veteran Mark L. Lester. If his scenarist had only given Lester a finale with as much explosive punch as his opening scenes, the film could have been a real treat instead of a glorified fireworks display. Chicago Tribune says Schwarzenegger places action scenes both with vengeance and a comic book laugh, but the mix never gels. The concluding battle scenes are wimpy by comparison with the action in Rambo. All we see is a half dozen barracks blown up, shot from 4 different angles. Wow, look at all of the splintered wood. The Washington Post wrote that the film starts out fun and ends up dreary. How long can you watch this stony Austrian take target practice? Well, that's understandable. It may have a few issues, but nevertheless, I found the film to be pretty entertaining. Its action sequences are absolutely really good. Now, Commando went on to be a big hit. Now, there was to be a sequel planned for 1987, and that included Schwarzenegger, Chong, and Milano. But however, Schwarzenegger declined due to the fact that this was to come out the same year his next film with Fox would come out, and that was Predator. So, the original screenwriter of the film has debunked a rumor this script when the project did not go ahead and morphed into the script for another Fox film, and that was Die Hard. The screenplay's writer was Stephen E. D'Souza, who co-wrote the story with Joseph Loeb III and Matthew Weissman. But however, it inspired numerous action films like Strike Commando in '87, Commando Squad from the same year, and When Eagles Strike in 2003. Actually, Diamond Toy Makers released a live action figures the next year in '86 in an attempt to cash in on the success of Hasbro's G.I. Joe. Matrix now leads an elite Special Forces unit, which replaced his old deceased unit from the original film called C Team, made up of characters like Specs, Blaster, and Chopper against the forces of fear, consisting of Psycho, Leadhead, Stalker, and Sawbones. There was an assortment of 4-inch figures containing all the above, a series of 8-inch figures, and finally there was a 16-inch John Matrix that came with a pistol, an M16, and a grenade. That's incredible. Anyway, the film would get nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Special Effects. Unfortunately, it lost to Back to the Future. The score for the film was composed by the late great James Horner, and you can't go wrong with the great scores he's done for years and what have you. Now, I'm just checking. Now, he had recently done the scores for several films, including Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, 48 Hours, and Krull, which I recently reviewed. He also did the score for Star Trek III The Search for Spock, and Cocoon, which was also released by Fox the same year, as well as Disney's underrated film The Journey of Nay Gam, well, originally, but which he replaced Elmer Bernstein. He later went on to do the scores for numerous films, including Aliens, An American Tail, and Willow. Yeah, many others. Okay, now I made a mistake. I thought he did the Terminator score. I do apologize. It was someone else. My mistake. I, I thought it was. I could have sworn it was him, but it was. I think I made an error. I do owe y'all an apology. It's been some time since I last watched the Terminator films. Sorry. But even so, Horner still provides a great score for this great Schwarzenegger flick. I really enjoyed it. For our cast, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger as Colonel John Matrix. Absolutely awesome, incredible, and super cool. Playing Cindy is Rae Dawn Chong, who had appeared in Stony Island and Quest for Fire. She was also in Cheech and Chong's The Corsican Brothers. She all Actually that same year she would appear in the original version of The Color Purple. And she also went on to do other movies after this. Playing young Jean Matrix is Alyssa Milano, after she had recently started starring on TV's Who's the Boss. And of course, later on, she went on to star on the original Charmed. Playing General Arias is Dan Hedaya, who I've known from several movies. Vernon Wells plays Captain Bennett, very good character in Maddie. James Olsen as Franklin Kirby, the Major General, pretty good. David Patrick Kelly as Sully, good. Bill Duke as Cook. Yes, oh, the list goes on. Bill Paxton's in this as an intercept officer, and Chelsea Field as a stewardess as well. So you gotta admit the cast is really good. So overall, with everything said, Commando is pretty awesome. If you are a big Schwarzenegger fan, you never knew about this, and this is a film you gotta see. So overall, would I recommend Commando? I would say hell yeah, go for it. This is a film that's worth looking into. You will absolutely enjoy this. I mean, it has a few, might have some issues, but nevertheless, I found it to be fun and entertaining, especially with its humor and what have you. Not just its action sequences, and for Schwarzenegger and James Horner's great score. Mm-hmm. So, what did you think of Commando? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Join me next time when I review Phantasm 2. So, if you like this, check out these other Schwarzenegger flicks I have recently done reviews on. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Conan the Barbarian from 1982. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of the great 1990 flick he was in, Total Recall. Or if you would like, check out to see where Commando wound up. Check out my ranking of favorite Schwarzenegger flicks in the bottom left hand corner. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.